Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of HermitCraft Feed the Beast Unleashed. Oh yeah. So guys, we just updated our Minecraft Unleashed to 1.1.5. It's a not recommended version on the Feed the Beast launcher. We've been using 1.1.4 and 0.5 was just released, so I wanted to check it out. So yeah, it looks like things are working pretty good, except So apparently in this version, in the Unleashed 1.1.5, the Natura jar is 0 bytes. Meaning that all of the stuff that Natura adds to the game, like the giant redwoods, doesn't exist. Oh man. So that's kind of a problem, but at least it gives you a unique view of my base. This is what it looks like with no tree blocks around. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, well what I need to do is roll back the server, put 1.1.4 back on there, restore the backup that I created before I launched 1.1.5, and we'll be back. Seamless transition. Okay guys, so I'm re-recording this portion of the video. I just got done recording it, and it turns out my recording drive was derping or DxTory or something. Either way, it was frozen of me looking at this tree for about 3 minutes. My microphone was skipping portions of what I was saying, but the game audio was fine, and after 2 or 3 minutes, I jumped back into the video as normal, but I still had to align the audio track so everything looks right. Anyway, that's fun. I lost about 3 minutes worth of video. So let's cover what I was talking about. So I reverted the server back to 1.1.4. I had to do a world restore, put the old mod pack back on there, because apparently 1.1.5, the Natura jar is 0 bytes, meaning that my redwood tree's gone, all that. So yeah. Not only would it just be my redwood tree, but any other things that Natura adds to the game would be removed. I think it's in the best interest of everybody on the server that we hold off on upgrading to 1.1.5 until that's fixed, and any other bugs are fixed in the mod pack. Okay, so the new mod pack of 1.1.5 adds a new mod called QCraft, and it looks pretty cool. It's got some very interesting properties. You can create blocks that when you look at them, disappear, change you to a different type of block. Just a lot of pretty interesting things that I haven't seen done anywhere else. I was trying to figure out a way that I could implement those somewhere in my base, my builds, something like that, but I'm having a hard time actually seeing a practical use for it other than just messing around or making a player trap. One of the blocks that you can make, if you look at it, all of the blocks of that type can change into a different block or completely disappear. So you can make like a player trap where you walk into a room, you look at something, the floor below you disappears, and you fall to your death or whatever. So that's kind of a cool use for it. Besides that, I really can't see any other use for QCraft. Maybe you guys got some pretty cool ideas out there, what I could use it for, or what you would use it for. Let me know in the comments. I'd be very interested in hearing some actual practical uses other than creating fall traps for other players. Okay, so let me go ahead and jump back into the rest of the footage that wasn't ruined by that glitch on my recording drive, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. So I have the ME cable running up the side of the tree here, and yeah, it kind of goes all the way around the bottom of the tree. I have some wires running out to these corners. I don't know if it's this one or not. No. But I can use my wireless thing at some of these spots out here. I only ran it to 2, and I guess I picked the 2 ones that don't work. Yeah, I can use my wireless out here. I have a wireless thing actually directly underneath this magnum torch 1 block down. I think I might actually move it so it's more, halfway between the tree and the edge over there. I thought I would want them all the way over here so we could get the maximum amount of coverage, but I just don't think that's going to work. And I'm also thinking, in order to get, those to work between this one and this edge over here, would actually need another one in the middle. And that just seems like an awful lot of wires to run just to use my wireless thing everywhere. Don't know if we're going to do that or not. I might just keep it so it's just around this inner circle part. We can use it, you know, for a good portion of the space. But one thing that I want to work on today, I want to get an assembly table going. I want to be able to make facades. I want to be able to cover this stuff up. And also, with the assembly table, we can make the parts like the basic processor and the advanced processor for applied energistics that much cheaper, so we don't have to use the cutting tool and then smelt the assembly later. We can just make the parts. I believe you also save on silicon. I'd have to double check that. Okay, first things first though, let's head back to this base over here. Whoop. Yeah, I got some of these things taken out of the ground. I removed the Mac from here. It seemed kind of silly to have a Mac here at the spawn base since we have a Mac at the tree. In fact, we have a pretty large Mac there. And I have room for it to increase it from a 5x5x5 to a 7x7x7 should I choose to do that. So we really don't need a whole bunch of these located everywhere. And I also got another one. Is it this one? Yeah, I also have another one of those Macs over here in my B area that we're going to get rid of as well. Okay, so let's head back to the base. Right, so these guys have patterns in them, and I can force wrench them and take them over to the Mac at the tree base, and then click out all of the patterns, and then click on the Mac and put them all in there, and do that over and over and over again. But I think there is a way where we can take these patterns and put them on like a, what is that called, a fuzzy export bus. So anytime I put, or I make a pattern, I can just stick it in my ME system and it'll be exported directly into the Mac. I think that's probably going to be a lot nicer to do instead of having to, you know, make the pattern, take the pattern out, turn around, click it on the Mac, and then do all that. It'll just happen automatically. I think that'll be a much better solution. Okay, so I need a fuzzy export bus, and I don't even know if I have one. So let's check that out. Fuzzy, that's a fuzzy import, right? I don't think I've made a fuzzy export bus. So let's look that up. Fuzzy export requires just a basic export bus and an advanced processor. Okay. Do I have an export bus? I have precision ones, so we need to make the basic ones. Okay, shouldn't be a big deal. Piston. Oh, do I not have, oh, the pattern for my piston is over here. No, dang it. Okay. I guess we'll just do it ye olde way. All right. Put that in there. This. Should click that. There's my basic export bus. And do I have any advanced processors? I don't. But I can make the pattern. If I do that, is this going to work? I don't know if everything is hooked up over here to work. Processor. No, actually, I don't even have the thing to make the assembly with. Okay, so we're going to have to do this a different way. So the advanced processor assembly. There we go. Then we need to stick that into the oven or the furnace. Okay. Finally, we should be able to make this guy. And you. Okay, so there's our fuzzy export bus. Goodness, a lot of work for that guy. So it'll be a lot simpler once we get all of our Macs in order in one place, all of our patterns together. Okay, so tree base. I still don't know if this is actually going to work. I'm pretty sure it should work. And if not, I think I could figure out a different way to get this to work. So let's go and remove this block here. And we will do the fuzzy export bus right like that. So now I need to get myself a pattern. Actually, can I just right click on this guy? Okay, let me get this pattern for tin cans. And fuzzy export bus. So can we do like ignore damage, move single items? If we do that. Okay, so what's happening here? We don't have any more patterns. So if I take one of these, if I take that pattern and stick it in my ME system, does that go into the Mac? It did. Let's try that again with a few different patterns just to make sure. Click those all in there, and they go into the Mac. That is awesome. Okay, so that's exactly what I wanted to happen. So if we come back over here to the base, if I take all of these patterns, I can just stick them right here into the system. Oh, I guess I'd have to click them all. Obviously, they won't be in any particular order, and I don't know if that's really going to be a big deal, but actually I should be able to look here and see if I have those patterns. So if we do craftable, there's the advanced and basic processors. I'm actually not even sure what all I put in there. Okay, so let's see this stuff. The solar panels, ultimate hybrid. Let's see if that actually makes it into the system. I don't have a craftable thing for the ultimate yet. There it is. So that does in fact work. That is so cool. I love it. Okay, so let's break you. Take all those patterns out, break you. Now, if only there was a way, let's see, a shift double click it. Yeah, I think the NBT data on these things prevents me from double clicking all those in there at the same time. Whew, that's a lot of patterns. Okay, let's get this going. But yeah, this is so much easier than having to do this all onto the Mac, I think. And then from now on, whenever I create a pattern, I think I could probably use an export bus on the pattern encoder. So as soon as I encode a pattern, it'll go into my ME system and be automatically exported into that Mac. I think that's going to be really awesome. Okay, let's try this. And finally, last 3. Doot. Nice. Okay, so all of those should now be craftable. Okay, so if I look at my craftables, we got a whole bunch of craftable stuff now that we didn't have before. That is so cool. Let's just head back here. I don't actually know what happens if we get more than 1 page worth of these. And do they just go on to page 1 immediately? Looks like page 1 is completely full. And it starts spilling over to page 2. Oh, that is so good. Yeah, we only got 10 pages worth of stuff. I don't know how many auto-crafting recipes we're going to need, but like I said, if we wanted to expand this out to 7x7x7, we have plenty of room to do that. And we could put in more pattern providers and all that. So I've moved all my ME drives from the B age and from the spawn base over here. So we got a whole bunch of storage. These are all 16K. I was thinking I might start combining them into the 64K drives, but I don't know yet. I think this is going to work pretty good. And I have the priority set on these drives. So I think this is priority 7. And this goes to priority 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that way all of the stuff goes on this one first and then it'll spill over. So we don't get like some random stuff on this drive and some random stuff on this one. It'll fill up the first one, then this one, then this one. So we know like how much space we have left. Okay, so that is really, really awesome. I've also put in the clear glass up here so we can see these a little bit easier. We might be able to put a third one right there if we want to. But for now, I don't really have a use for a third ME location at this point. But yeah, I think you guys are right. Opening that up so we can see those is a pretty good idea. But I don't know if I want to make a completely new room upstairs and maybe stick them in the window so we can see them from the outside of the tree. I think just sticking them upright like that is good enough. Okay, so our ME system, we are done with moving our patterns around. I am kind of curious, though, if we can do a pattern encoder, autocraft patterns, blank patterns, stick into that encoder and automatically extract created patterns and put it into our Mac. That's going to be pretty interesting if we can do that. So we have a fuzzy export bus. Let's see, stored one, or a fuzzy import bus, excuse me. This pattern providers. Where's my pattern encoder? Is it this guy? Yeah, pattern encoder. Okay, so I think we could probably test that out right now. If we put the fuzzy... let's see, let's put this one down first. Oop, it's still going to be a bad location. Let's stick it right there just so I can aim at the bottom of this thing. Make it work, okay. Right, so we also want to grab one of these patterns. Let's just grab this one. And we will put the pattern on this thing. Ignore damage. We're going to import these encoded patterns. Now, these do have a different ID than the blank patterns. That was something I was concerned about before. But this is 4361, and I think the blank ones are 4363. But it is a different number, so they won't import the wrong things. Okay, so we can stick this one back in here. I need blank patterns. I only got 4 of those. Okay, well, that's fine. So blank pattern's there. So what do I want to make a pattern of? Fuzzy export bus, I don't think I had a pattern for that. So let's make a pattern. Encode. And does that get pulled back into the system? It did. It's right there. That is freaking awesome. I love it. So I gotta find a spot where we can put this guy. One more thing I need to do is make a precision export bus. Actually, I don't have to make those. I know I have one. Precision export. I need a cable. Let's grab one of those guys. Alrighty. So we can stick a precision there. Cable to connect it. And we need a blank pattern. Stick that on this. We'll say move single item / craft. Do that and it should start crafting up. Yeah, look at that. So we have all the blank patterns we'll ever need being automatically crafted, filling up our pattern encoder. Whenever we encode one, it gets automatically pulled into the system and put into our Mac automatically. That is so good. I love it. Okay, well, so let's clear that out. Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to figure out a perfect spot for this. I think probably downstairs. If I put that pattern encoder on the first floor, maybe by the door, I could put it in that room. But I think probably putting a pattern encoder right here, because when we warp to this area, we warp to this floor, and if I need to make a pattern, I can just do it right here. I think that would probably be a good spot for it. Okay, well, let me take a quick break, get some things in order, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I moved the pattern encoder down here and I have it hooked up. So we have the fuzzy import bus on the bottom, and on the outside we have the fuzzy export bus piping items into it, doing the blank patterns. Now we're going to cover this up eventually, so right now it looks kind of ugly, but you can see both the import bus and the export bus right there. Very cool. Yeah, and like I said, these ME cables kind of run directly underneath the inverted road lights all the way around the base of the tree, so getting access to these wires is pretty easy. Okay, so I want to hook up an assembly table so I can make the facade, so I can cover these wires up and make it look like there's just the redwood tree bark or the redwood wood, depending on where we are. So let's get started on that. So in order to make an assembly table, we need... Where is it? We need this guy right here. So we're going to need 6 obsidian, redstone diamond, and a diamond gear. Pretty expensive stuff. Let's see. Do I have... I think I might have diamond gears on autocraft. And I just realized I don't even have... No, I don't have one of those on here. I just realized I don't have like a crafting terminal. I'm definitely going to want one of those. So I might install a crafting terminal here. Do I have one? I have a crafting monitor. No crafting terminal. Okay, so I'm going to have to build one of those and put it down here just so I have access to make patterns and to craft things. I think that's really something that I need. But for now, we can just go up to the top of the tree and make these ourselves. Okay, so up here, crafting monitor. You know, do I not even have a crafting terminal here? Oh my goodness. Okay, back to our spawn base area where I know I do have one. Okay, well, yeah, we're going to have to get that fixed. Okay, one of these, diamond, we don't have a diamond gear. What do we have for gears? We have a lot of them. Iron gear, forest gear. Let's do the iron gear. Craft up one of those guys. Right, so then we're going to need some gold. And, whoops, not that much gold. Just 4 ingots, I believe, is all we need. Okay, and then we will need to swap those out for diamond. Diamond. 472 diamonds. It's quite a lot. Okay, and there's our diamond gear. And there is our assembly table. Great. Okay, so we're also going to need to make some lasers. And here we go. So obsidian, 2 diamonds, and a bunch of redstone. I'm going to make as many of those as I can. 33. And it looks like we have run out of obsidian. That's kind of a problem. Yeah, we only got 1 obsidian left. Now, I know people were telling me before that they get all the obsidian they ever need through quarries, and that I don't have to ever worry about making obsidian. Well, as you can see, I have to worry about it right now, because we only got 1 piece left, and I want some more lasers than this. How many diamonds do I have left? Over 400, so we don't have to worry about that quite as much, but I would like to make some obsidian. Okay, so I'm pretty sure there's an item in thermal expansion. I don't think I've ever done this before. Is it an igneous extruder? It might be. I know there's one of these that can make cobblestone, glacial precipitator, magma crucible. Yeah, I think it must be this igneous extruder because I've never made one of these before. Pneumatic servo and machine frame. Pneumatic servo, I got these on autocraft. And machine frame, got those on autocraft. Okay, so the rest of this. Oh, what is that other piece that I'm missing? Piston, of course. I do have that on autocraft too. Piston. Right, so an igneous extruder. I have never used one of these before, so I don't know how they work. Let me go ahead and break this and stick that right there. Aha, so we can do stone, obsidian, or cobblestone. Right, so this is like a cobblestone... Yeah, a cobblestone generator. So how does this work? Does this require power? No, I think it just requires water and lava. Interesting. So do I have any liquid tesseract? I got 2 more of these unattuned ones. Let's go ahead and make 2 liquid tesseracts. Actually, I probably only needed 1 since I still don't have water on a channel. So let's do this. We'll stick a tesseract down here. And we'll stick one right here. Okay, so I think I could set this for lava. Receive only lava. I don't even know if I have lava. Yeah, I'm going to have to go move my pump. It's been a while since I've done that. And I don't have water at all. No water. Okay, well, that is a problem. I know back here underneath this rainmaker somewhere, I have a, what is that called? The aqueous accumulator, which is making water to put into this carpenter. In fact, yeah, I don't think there's a way I can actually pipe that out of there. Okay, well, I'm going to have to get a source of water, and I'm going to have to move my pump. Let's see if we can go over to the lava world. I don't think I've actually shown you guys this here before. Ooh, where am I? Okay, so my lava pump is over here. And yeah, it has run out of juice. It's being fed off this magmatic engine, and the fact that I don't have this pumping into a tank means this thing's just running all the time, and it's wasting lava. I really should do something about that. But I need to go ahead and move this stuff. Let's do that. Bust you out of there. It's an endothermic pump from Extra Utilities. This guy is better than the Buildcraft pump. But by default, it can only work in the Nether. I've changed the config files, so we can use it in this age. I don't know where a good spot to put this endothermic pump is going to be. Maybe like right here. It looks like somebody partially pumped this lava out. And now we got some pools. I think we'll stick it right over here. Okay, so we need this endothermic pump. Did I just make 2 of those? What the heck? That is so weird. Let's get some of these. We need this pump. Point there. Okay, we're gonna need to wrench that. Oop, not you. This. Okay, so that's pretty much set. Now we just need to grab this liquid tesseract. This will be set to send only on lava. Right? Okay, so now we just need to prime that pump. Where is my bucket? Bucket of water. We'll switch that out for a bucket of lava. And just go ahead and right click on there. Okay, so where's this thing? Is it pumping from right here? Not quite sure where it's pumping from. See, is this thing even full? Yeah, this is full now. Okay, well, it pumped lava from somewhere. It might have been right here. It goes all the way down to the ground. But yeah, I think we're good. Let me grab that back. Let's get out of here. We should have lava now at our igneous extruder. So we're still going to have to pump water into it. So that's going to be fun. Should just have to make a couple of what are those called? Aqueous accumulators. Having problems thinking of all these different words. Oh, I need to grab this and put it on the bar so I can get to my base. Right. So this should be full of lava. It is. So we also need to get this thing full of water. So aqueous accumulators, I believe I have those on autocraft. Yep. So aqueous accumulator, I should make up like... I've been talking about this for a while. Let's just make up like 10 of those, get them all hooked up to water, and put that onto a Tesseract channel so I can always have that stuff whenever I need it. Let me get this done and we'll be right back. Okay, well I dug out a little hole underneath the spawn area, and I put in the 10 aqueous accumulators with a block of water separating them all. And I only have one liquid Tesseract in here right now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides feeding water into it. If it turns out that we need more water, I might add in another couple of liquid Tesseracts here. I don't actually know like how many I need to get the maximum amount of flow from all these aqueous accumulators. But for now, I think this is going to work for our purpose, since the only thing we're using that water for is the igneous extruder. So let's get up here and turn this liquid duct on. Or I'm sorry, not liquid duct, liquid Tesseract. So this is putting the lava in. This is going to put the water in. So let's do receive only water, turn that on. And okay, we're making the cobblestone. We don't want that. We want to make obsidian. Okay, so this is going a little bit slower. Well, that is pretty simple. Now, it might be faster for me to just go and put a bucket of water on a whole big pool of lava, but this will happen automatically. And actually, I could put like a import bus directly on that, or I could put a interface. Do I have any of those? Interface. I got an interface right here, so I could just stick that right on the top. And yeah, that's connected to the system. The top part was set to orange, so it should be ejecting right in there. So if I look at my ME system for obsidian, I should have more than just one. Yeah, it looks like I have 8 now, and this should turn to 9 in just a moment. Yep, there we go. Okay, so now we're getting all the obsidian we need on demand, and I'll just keep an eye on this. I'll turn it off like once we get to like 300 or maybe 1,000. I don't know. You can never have too much of this stuff, apparently. So the assembly table uses BuildCraft power. Actually, I guess the lasers uses BuildCraft power for the assembly table. And I'm actually curious how far away the lasers can be before it stops using that power. So we got a few things that I want to test. Let's see here. Actually, before... No, I get my wireless thing. We need some redstone, so let's grab some of this. Oop, getting caught in the wall. So let's put a laser on this guy. Should be fine. Yep, getting power. And let's go put our assembly table far away, and let's see how far away this can be. So if I stick the assembly table there, I think it's going to work. So do that and that. Last time I did this, I remember it took a few seconds before the laser actually turned on, but it could be that we are too far away at this point. So let me try moving this one block closer. See, we are at 103. So 102, let's move it to 102. Okay, we'll put that in there. Click that. And does it recognize the laser yet? Does not seem to be working, although I'm pretty sure that's close enough, and it might just take a moment for this system to recognize it. Okay, well, let's actually move it within range and just make sure that's not a problem. I know for sure it'll work right there. Click that on. The assembly table. Oh yeah, there we go. There's the laser. Okay, so it works within one block away. So let's move this about right here and make sure it's going to work. I just want to find out the maximum distance away that this is going to work. So it works here. And this is at 100. So let's do 101. So that might be it. That might be the... No. It does work here. 101. Okay. So that's good to know. And I think we were trying 102 before and it was not working. Although... It might have just been like lag. It just took it a while before it could find the laser. Maybe too far away. I don't know. Looks like 101 does work. 102 does not. So I need to count up that distance, and then we're going to make a room, I think, maximum space away. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's like the 6th block away. That does not work. So it looks like 5 blocks away would be the maximum distance. Okay, so that's good to know. So let me go ahead and get some of these lasers together. I want to try and, make a big room out of these lasers, and we'll be back. Oh my goodness, guys. So I was looking at the time of the video, and it looks like we are running short on time. Just about ready to wrap it up. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. Obviously, this is just a mock-up, but I would like to have an assembly table that has as many lasers as possible, because I've never done that before, and the assembly tables are pretty darn slow all by themselves. Now, I was testing this out right before I started recording, and I thought that since we could go 5 blocks away with the laser, left and right, we should be able to do it up and down, and as it turns out, this does work. So this is 11 lasers, all vertically, and the assembly table is 5 blocks away. And if we stick some redstone in there, you can see that all of these lasers are in fact working. So we could make a really big assembly table room if we just extend this out a few more blocks this way and this a few more blocks that way. And then we could put another wall on all 3 of the other sides. And I think we could probably even pack in more lasers than that, because lasers go through other objects. So if we were to put, more of these energy conduits right like this, let's see, yeah, that should work. And then we could probably stick some more lasers right like this. We can still pack them in even closer. Well, obviously we'd have to connect this to make this all work. Okay, so that's all connected. But yeah, we should be able to get more lasers in there. Let's see, if we put that, yeah. Well, no, it looks like these are not firing. There they go. Now all the lasers are firing. So yeah, we could really make a fast assembly table by doing that. Okay, but again, this is just for testing purposes. I've never tried making a really huge assembly table room, but that's something I would like to do. Okay, so let's go and tear some of this stuff down. We really don't need this many. What I wanted to do is make some facades so we can start covering up the holes in my tree and make that look a little bit better. So in order to do that, we're gonna need some structure pipes. So let's get going on that real quick. Structure, if I can spell. Structure pipe, there we go. Okay, so to make a structure pipe, we need gravel and cobblestone transport pipe. And let's go ahead and make a pattern for this guy. And then we'll make a pattern for the other. Very good, and that gets put into the system. I love that, that's so good. Okay, so now we could just pretty much be anywhere and request some of those structure pipes. So I want to craft up, 10 of those should be fine for now. Alright, so we got 10 of those, and I think I need redwood bark. Yeah, I need bark. Okay, so we got 51 of those, we only need 10 really, not 25, that should work. Okay, so let's come back over here to our crazy assembly table setup. Stick those in there, that in there. We'll say make us some facades, redwood bark. So this is going to take a little bit of time, but we don't really need a crazy amount of those. I do need to get like a chest or something so that assembly table auto-eject into a chest and not throw things all over the ground. But for now, I think this should work. Wrap up tomorrow's video. Have a good night. See ya, Joe. Yep, Joe and Slip actually joined the server since that last cut. So yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and take these out. We got 18 facades. That should get us going. Okay. So facades, we'll stick one right there. Right there. You can't even tell that stuff is there. And then for here, it's going to be a little bit different because, whoa, sliding around. We need to put them on the inside so you don't see the pipe. And I think that one should be fine. That. Yeah, this is good stuff. Whoop. That's a problem that I seem to have a lot with these facades, and I'm not sure how to get those out of there. Can I, like... Whoa. Okay, that broke the pipe. That's not what I wanted to do. Or the wire. Well, I guess while we got that off there, let's break that one too. Got to be kind of careful where you're placing these facades because you'll stick them in between, which you don't necessarily want to do. Yeah, and that I need to go to the inside now to cover that. Let's see if I place it right. Nope. Okay. Well, let me break this glass. Okay, and we'll place you right there. Good. Okay, now we can't see that. Cover you up and cover you up. Excellent. I love these facades. They work so well with applied energistics. Okay, so now we just need to cover you. Whoop, 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 whoop. And cover you. Yeah, this will make the tree look so much better once it is completely covered up. Okay, guys. Well, I tell you what, I only got 2 facades left, so I can't really fix everything. But we are short on time, so I'm going to wrap up the episode here. I'll finish up the rest of the facades off camera. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.